This talk is intended for educational purposes only. It reflects our opinions and is based on our best judgment, but no warranty is given or implied as to their accuracy. Past performance does not guarantee future performance. No investment or trading advice whatsoever is implied by our commentary, coverage, or charts. Just wanted to jump into the SPY chart here. Per usual, basically I posted yesterday in the think tank about potential resistance in this area. Been kind of loosely following this channel in SPY. You could see it with the orange lines here. And then if you throw a fib on the recent high down into the recent swing low, you kind of get that 1618 level right there. And that's kind of where we're taking a breather. Not that surprising. Mario just mentioned, we were gapping up 3-4 days in a row. And so after that kind of move, it's kind of expected that, you're due for a breather. People are starting to realize short-term profits, things like that. So just something to keep in mind. The ideal scenario for me, just kind of looking forward here and keeping an open mind, would be chop in this area to continue and then into the next leg higher. That's like the ideal bullish scenario, in my opinion. But that's SPY. Mario, I'll go ahead and let you take the cues per usual.
Mm-hmm.
Should be good.
Screen number 2. And take back the
host. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So it's all me right now. You guys see my screen, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the cues, this is the last time we met, 323. We were starting a squeeze right here, three days in a squeeze, 3 to 4 days in a squeeze. We were still working. I'm going to come to the daily chart, right? So this is where we were. Last time we spoke, so we were here inside the blue lines, which is the pretty much the range that we pointed out, right? This was the range. We made the, like, what is this called on Wyckoff method? I think it was like, well, that's an excess. Basically, this was an excess. Like we showed that it was pretty much buyers in here. That was pretty much a bottom for now. And then we came back, we tested right here. That was pretty much a day to make a decision right here. If you were swinging or whatever, you have like 2, 3 days, 4 days to make up your mind. What is it that you wanted to do? If you wanted it to trade this one as a range, your targets would have been in here, 324, which is the top of the range. Or we call it that we wanted a break, right? A break on a close of under 310 to play a breakdown play, right? So that probably triggered intraday, but it never held. So that was out of the question, basically. So that was like the perfect scenario to go long. So then we came into the 324, which was the next entry, right, for the breakout. And that's what's basically, that was a surprise for us, right, yesterday, that the market had for us after Easter, the holiday and everything. So we woke up to 326 gap up, right? So it was somewhat surprising. The only way pretty much to trade that one as a swing was if you were trading a range. So you were buying support, right? By the time you come here, you already have like 4 days in a row. Like you play the momentum if there's some. So we had the momentum yesterday. So what Kyle pointed out for today was basically I'm going to show you in this other chart. That's where I have my Bollinger Bands, right? 3 standard deviations. So we basically pretty much were like a 2.5, which is a good place to take profits and, for the market to start cooling down a little bit. So the squeeze actually triggered with the gap yesterday, right? We can also see that volume has not been impressive to the upside, which is understandable, right? Considering that if you're really bullish, you should have been, well, long, not basically waiting just for the breakout. Now, what we were talking about last meeting, it was like some sort of formation in here so that we could have taken the breakout place. So that's out of the question. Now, what do I want to see? Pretty much what Kyle just said with the SPY. I want to see some pullback that holds the 324. So for the Qs, I'm going to start, I'm still going to be looking at the 324, which is the top of the range, as support, right? I want to see that area holding, so we should be okay. Now, what we
Back
have
test
is,
scenario, right?
what was that?
Back test scenario, right?
Yes, exactly. So we can have anything like sort of a drift into 324 and then ideally make a new high. Uh, Now, what will be the most aggressive thing that the market can do? Pretty much just take that today's high, right? That's the 333. I used to call this, I mean, every now and then I call them like a 1, 2, 3, but it's not really a 1, 2, 3. If you're familiar with the pattern, you know that we should not have made a new high today in order to have that, because what we want is a compression, is a 1, 2 day compression range, and then we trigger. So today there were some people chasing into that, and we can see it right there by the tail. So that's not my ideal one. So, however, if we go over 333, it's just plain and simple momentum. So 333, if you see the volume, just go with moment, okay? Volume for momentum, right? But the main one that I'm gonna be looking for coming into earnings season, right? For the stock that we got, the stocks that we're gonna be talking about, like the Facebook, you know, all of the Googles, all of those that we wanna position ourselves. If you're really bullish into those, is going to be probably a move into 324, 326 that starts holding, and we see some sort of accumulation, and then we break to new highs coming into probably the next session that we're going to have. Okay, so that's my ideal scenario, right? Otherwise, you guys know that I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be the guy trying to buy and putting some swings into 332 right at highs after we make a run for pretty much 25 points, right? Straight. So that's the cues. Pretty simple right there. We're going to look at 324. Now, what happens if we go into 324? Well, we're back inside the range. So if you back inside the range, you have a pretty much, we can use as a reference level the 318, the 320. The 318 will be the 50 MA. Now we have the 50 MA, the 20 MA, the 320. So that's a good area. So I would expect that one just to serve as a intermediate support zone, right? In case we break the range. But I really don't want guys to, actually, we're going to go back into that range. I'll probably go on vacation for 15 days or whatever. Okay. I really don't want to see that one. So anyways, let's go into the usuals. So let's do the FANG. Let's go with Apple. We've been waiting for this one to trigger. So that's 128 right there. I'm not sure what was the call last time. I think we were talking about 120, 128. So we actually, the 120, 128 was a range. So that was one of the trades that you could have taken with the market, right? If you were playing the range, the 120, 128, so you should be taking profits pretty much today on your swings for that particular trade, right? Why the 120? Well, you can see it right here. That's support. Everybody can see support. Again, by the way I trade, I'm not usually looking to short a break of support right here in 119 with a target of 1761, right? I'd rather be looking for signals that allow me to take like a very small stop and trying to take it for the other side of the range. So this one is still inside the range. So I'm going to call it still inside the range. So we have the range 120. In case we go back to 120, who knows, you may give it another try and try to get it for 128. And then once we break 128, that's where my alert is. I think it is a 127.79. So I'm getting ready to trade it. Now, where do we go from there? Now, this is a chart that I think is in control. You guys hear me talking, and that's not new. That's not something that I invented. It's like the way I was trained. Like you always try to see which is a chart that is going to show you the better picture, right? So then I tend to see if that chart is acting technically, I'll say like, wow, this one's on a 15-minute, the 15 minutes in control if we're intraday trading, right? For this one, I think the chart that might be in control is a daily, right? So once I take these tails right here, which is the 127.40, 129, we could see a cleaner move into 140, okay? And that could be into earnings. Earnings is 427. Just remind me, correct me if I'm right here. I'm sorry. I just did it today. So we have it. So for 428, right? So we're looking probably 128 intraday, 129, 130 hold it for 140, okay? To 140 ER 428. It's going to be 428, and that's Apple. Nothing more, I mean, nothing much to see right there. Let's see the Facebook. So the Facebook was clearly in control by the weekly chart. Even if we go into monthly chart, we can see the pattern right here is like a long right here. And this is where basically those are the buyers right here. I know there's people shorting in here, but this is basically buyers. We saw it, I think we call it like 3 or 4 months accumulation. That's what I like to see. That's pretty bullish. So we finally have, like a decent move in the name. So what we have in here is basically all momentum, right? We are all-time highs. So Facebook is ATH. So how do we trade those? Well, momentum. So you just go for long and whatever you can hit it, you hit it. If it's moving that day, you know what to do. Prior day high, pre-market high, whatever your entry is. So I'm looking at just momentum trading for Facebook going into earnings. Now, the main watch that I have right here is the 300, right? Once we go back under the 300, I'm going to start considering probably this level right here, 286, right? You can even short it if you have the market, like if as a market play, if you have the market coming down and everything, you can probably short it. Otherwise, I'm just going to be trying to do exactly what we said that we're going to be doing, right? The QQQ, remember guys, we're trying to game plan for the next 15 days. So I'm just running scenarios for you guys so you understand basically the structure that we think it may come, right? So we hit 3 standard deviations right here in the Qs. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days up. So what can happen? The market can go to sleep and start drifting 322. So one of the ones that I'm going to be looking for is Facebook, right? To see how we react when the market starts pulling in. If we start holding the 300, probably I can get a pretty good entry around 299 with a stop of 298 or something. Try something good. If it just starts going, like what I said, like, well, we go 312, well, 312 to 320. Pretty simple, right? So over 312 for 320, those are the simpler trades, and you just go with the momentum. So Facebook is a Momo continuation. I think it's going to be the same one for Google, right? We did the trade. I think the call was for that area right there, the 2021-16 is already in play. I think we put some alerts over there. If you catch it, that's pretty good. So we're still there. Now, what I like about this one is the 1, 2, 3 right there. You see, if we go 2230, that's gonna be probably a great momentum one to go. So as a Momo for tomorrow is gonna be 2230 for Google, right? The target will be an extension from 2064 to 2260. Is almost, well, 100 minus 30, that's 70 points. So that should put us at 2300. Okay. So that's your ballpark estimate of what can be done right there. What I like about this one is solid volume. Volume is increasing. So this one's absolutely in play. In case you have any doubt, here's the monthly. So that's why we love it. We have a couple months sideways accumulation that we also love, and we pointed it out. So you could have played this one. This is when I said like what chart is in control. There's no doubt that Google is in control by the weekly chart. So we have the move, we have the sideways move, we have another move, we have the pullback, and now we have the move into target one, which is 2230. Now we are all into momentum trading right here, 2230. That's the go-to. Now we just go to Amazon, which if you see the monthly chart, the weekly chart, I know it takes time and I know it's boring and I know it takes like forever, but this is basically when you have to, well, trade the chart, right? You're trading structure right here. You see that, this happens all the time. It runs sideways and then you have a shake out, take everybody out, or probably you short it right here and then you forget that it was a bullish chart and then you just missed a double, right, in Amazon. So same right here. You just focus on whatever it is that you want to trade. So this was the entry probably like last week. I think we talked about the 2800. Let me just double check my notes because I don't want to be lying to you. But yeah, we say Amazon is a daily point of control, 3200, so 33 for 3400. I think we're still there. I think it's the same trade right there, 30 through, let me see, 3300 for 3400. So We're still there. We haven't triggered yet. So I think the weekly is the one with the problem. We're still here. It's not late, right? If you're bullish, well, that was like the best, but we don't need to pick the exact bottom. I think we talked about the 3,000, right? The 3,000 was like at such an obvious level. So, well, right there. So this one, it's also momentum. What I want to see is like actually the 3,300 holding, because what I'm thinking is we go 3,500, 3,600. So Amazon is on watch inside a range. We're still inside a range. Pretty big range, by the way. So let's call it a range between 3 and 3,300. And from there, we play it. Earnings, make a note on those two. Let us know if nobody's talking about the earnings for Amazon 8 days before. Keep us posted, guys. That's part of us being a team, right? It's like, hey guys, remember next week is like the season, so keep an eye on Amazon, keep an eye on Apple. Don't do it by yourself, because we're a team. So help us track all of that, because you think, yeah, they all know. No, we all know, but we forget. That's the thing. It's not that we don't know when's earnings season. It's just hit of the day, you wake up, you're a little sleepy, and you forget that was like 5 days, 6 days, started looking for Amazon if it's going to be a run into earnings or something like that. Okay, so we're done with the FANG. It has an end, right? So let's do Netflix too. So this one was sort of wanted to go today, but I think still dirty. This one's still right there. Is a wide range. He's trying to, let me see. Oh, we got 420. So that's gonna be one of the first ones to actually make a note for that one. So 420 for Netflix. It's gonna be next week, right? No, not yet. 420. Still got time, but I thought this was gonna break today. We didn't have the volume, so we're still in a squeeze. Although the move happened, we didn't trigger because there was no volume, right? No real expansion just yet. So I don't think we're late. I'm just gonna keep looking at, I'm just gonna keep tag on this one, like for 560, 565. I think that's when the real trade is gonna happen, which I think is gonna be 560 for 600, right? So that's the one I want, right? What did we say last time? Let me double check. Yeah, 550 for 600 and 650. So that's pretty much the same that we talked about last time. So the chart hasn't changed at all. So that's Netflix. And let's do.
You want to get Microsoft with these ones?
Yeah, the Microsoft. So Microsoft all-time highs. I think this, let me see. This is basically what we're trading on Amazon, right? Pretty solid. We have the base out of the blue. What we have is like the tail was the day that we were doing like higher than average volume. So that was day one, day two, and it's been pretty much trading like a market stock, I'll say. Like the 3 days that the market went up really hard, that was like an easy pick, right? Not much that I like about this one. Well, the 245 was just broken yesterday. So the way I'm approaching this trading in Microsoft is I want to do a 1, 2, 3 on this one. Okay. So it's a Momo over highs, plain and simple. And for targets, we gotta aim for probably 260. That's the easier target. Okay. And that concludes the markets. Now let's do the microchips. We're looking at NVIDIA too. Unless I see like some pattern on a longer term chart, I think pretty much it's gonna stick with the daily chart. So this is what's going on with NVIDIA. And I've been talking about NVIDIA for a long time that I wanna buy it. I wanna be in this one. That was a rare opportunity to buy it right there, right? After when we have this, and I think I sent you guys today a chart where we have that divergence. So if we come to the daily, one of the ways that I see for divergence is with the MACD, right? So you see we make a low and then we try to make a low. Look at where the momentum was, like up in there. So there's like nobody pretty much selling in here. So that's actually a great buy. That's the place to get long if you're really looking to play the longer time frame. Again, right? You win the monthly. What are you doing right here? You wanna take every advantage that you have to own this stock if you're bullish the stock. I'm bullish because of the monthly chart, right? So now what do we have here? What I'm looking for is I want to look for probably 562, but the real trade, I think we were having sort of a discussion yesterday about 558, but it hasn't triggered. It hasn't triggered. So this one, like if you look at the Qs, you look at the Qs up there, you look at Microsoft up there, you look at Facebook up there. So this one's lagging, doesn't mean that it's not going to run. So what I have is I have my alert right there. So 565, if we see 565 with volume, look at the volume, it's coming down a little bit. 565 for a quick trade to 590 for NVIDIA. Okay. That's a quick one. Let me see if there's anything else that we could be missing, like the weekly. That's the reason why we're still there. There's a lot of noise. Not a clean pattern just yet. Probably once we end the month and we have the candle, I mean the hammer, but that's not. If you show me this chart, that's not like the prettiest chart that I want to see. You see the topping tail right here and then the hammer. So that's like who survived that? It's pretty hard trade. So that's NVIDIA. Let's go to AMD. And this one, I know we were trying to get it to 100, but that's like tough one too. So what we have is like they've been selling this thing. They've been selling this thing. So finally, it looks like they're willing to pay up a little bit. So I have the weekly chart right here. The 50 MA is holding. So we got pretty much some support of 76. Let's see what the daily is doing. Could be sort of reversal trade. But I'm pretty sure there's better charts on this one, right? There's a lot of volume right here. There's a lot of volume right here. I was thinking 80 to 100, but that's like, yeah, you need a catalyst. Basically, this is a catalyst stock. If we hear something like the guy's upgrading whatever it was that they were upgrading today, something like that is going to move it. Otherwise, out of the chart pattern, I doubt it. Keep an alert at 85. You really love to trade this one, 85 to 90. That's all I can say. Like 85 to 90 for, a test of the daily point of control. But this is like pretty much you'll be missing on probably something better by trying to get into that one. So this is Micron. So Micron, that was the market. Absolutely. They say they reported earnings already, so that's out 331, and I think it was last Thursday, last Wednesday. So failed to break today, 96.10. I want to see if we take that high. My guess is we might not take it. Like we may come down, but if we do 96.10, that's a trade. That's the only way I want to trade MU. Okay, so MU over 96. 96.15. Make sure you know the one trigger in the trade. Now let's go to Intel, INTC, Intel of value zone going up. People are willing to pay up. We got the monthly still right there. We haven't cleared 69. Daily suggests 67.44. That was the last sell-off right here. MACD is down right here. Let me see what else we have. What do we like about this chart? I don't like it. If we take highs, then we look at it, but I don't see much in here. So INTC, no call unless we make all-time highs. And if we make highs, everybody knows how to trade that. So, right? So that's a Momo. That's a MU, that's Intel. Let's do the Qualcomm. I don't know if it belongs in here, but whatever. This is 5 5G, right? Broadband, I don't even know what they do, but Qualcomm. So we have 1 to 3 days. We have a pattern of accumulation right here. We see it here. We see all the volume happening at the 129. And this one was, I think it was posted on the topics because we're starting to see, you see what we have right here. I think it was from last meetup, hangout. 135, 130 by 145 over 139.50. That's what I was looking, right? That's what we're looking. So let's look at why, and this is basically what I'm trading on Qualcomm, right? So if you're trading Qualcomm, and you ask me why you're trading Qualcomm, I'd say like, well, I'm trading a 140 entry on a monthly buy, right? This is the weekly, this is the monthly. That's what I'm waiting. 140, one something. Okay. So I think the trade still valid. When you're trading a monthly, that means you have a huge stop, unless you go into smaller time frames and then you can find a proper setup on a smaller time frames, right? So in here, what we did is we took a weekly buy inside a monthly buy, right? But if you go to daily, the daily is still not out of the woods, right? What I want to see is like, I want to see a close over 147, which is daily point of control. In here, what you can do is you can play momentum 140 for 145. So let's call it Qualcomm over 140 for 145. I always said it with volume, guys. We don't trade price. Like if you see like, oh, I'm buying whatever XYZ over 500, that doesn't tell you anything. That's just price. You need to see price action. You need to see price, how the volume, how the tape is reading the moment you're taking a trade. What if he's up 10 days in a row? Now you're going to be the guy buying 500 for XYZ? Doesn't make any sense just to call prices. You got to call the price action. So make sure, I can only give you reference price, but then you have to do the work and be aware by the moment that the stock is starting to trade close to the target, right? Just close to the, I'm sorry, close to the price that you want to take it, right? So otherwise, I'm just calling BS pretty much. So that's Qualcomm. Last time we went to Disney. So, okay, so for Qualcomm, we can do a momentum trade reversal 140 for 145. Once we start holding over 148, we go into default into the monthly chart. We start seeing for 150 and then we go 160 on all-time high. Okay, now let's do Disney. And I think Disney was doing something yesterday. I didn't pop on my radar today, but I think yesterday did. Nah, volume pretty lame, right? So we have this massive volume that we need to clear right here, 195.80. I'm here on my volume profile chart. So that's when I'm going to start probably being more active in Disney. Unless it's just like one of your major holdings or something like that. Let me double check in here. We got earnings 5/13, so that's going to be late. So this is what we're trading. Let me see the monthly just for fun. Let's see what the monthly is telling us. Not much as far as entries, right? We go to the weekly. That was probably a pullback, but not the ones that I like. Let's go to the daily. We're holding this 183. So we're inside this range, 183 by 203. So let's put it as a range trade. 183 by 203. If it happens to go to 183, give us an alert. Let us know, hey guys, it's at 183. What do you want to do? Because I'll be close to this daily point of control. So we know there's a lot of volume right here. I want to see if they're going to step it up and probably buy it again. So that could be good. Actually, I would love to see Disney at 170s. So that's Disney. After that, we did the other, and that was so good today. That was great call by Tanner. Thank you for keeping those up. That's exactly what I mean by teamwork, right? Because this is what we have. You see this divergence. We made new low. Where's the momentum to the downside? Nobody, right? Look at the volume. Where's the sellers? Nobody. Right here, volume dried up. Right now we start coming in and now we start seeing the green bars. We even have the green candle today because of the volume, right? Big volume today, 162. It's not over. look what we're doing right now. We're going into March, and that was the level we have for March. So 365, we got all of these guys right here, right? All of these shorts that I doubt they're already covered if they were shorts, right? So if they were shorts and we start going 375, 365, 375, they may be trapped, right? So from here for Roku, we can probably do a reversal trade, 365 for 400. We got all of that space to work it. Now, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of trading Roku. So use your better judgment on when to trade it. But days like today, with the volume, with everything, this is what you want to see. That's the day when you want to be trading Roku. Look at the 60-minute. Doesn't get any better, right? It's like the charts from yesterday, right? Doesn't get any better. Here's the other thing, guys. If you trade it at the open, good, make your money, but put it on the room. Hey guys, by the way, I make money on Roku. I got 2 points or whatever your goal was, but the stock is making higher than average volume. You may want to post it, so because we may want to write it for 20, 40, 50 points, and that was a great entry. So keep us posted on that one, right? Because this one, when we saw it, it was already moving, and here 350 to 363. That's another 10 points, and I think it's got another 40 points. 40 points. So don't think just because you scalp it right here that the trade is over. Put it on the room. We would really appreciate that. Okay. So let's work as a team, guys. Roku. So Roku, what I want to see is, what do I call, Kyle? 365, 369 for 400, right? Target one. And this is what I'm trading. I'm trading this 365, and I think we can see, actually we can see 400, 440, 414. I'm sorry. So yes, Roku is going to be hot, and everybody's going to be on top of it tomorrow because it's got volume today. So that's Roku. Then after that one, we started with the social media that excludes Facebook, because we already did it. Sorry. So here's Twitter. For Twitter, interesting chart. Let me see. That's the daily, right? So the daily, again, we have the sell-off. No volume, no momentum. Stop right there, add support, trap some people here. So now we're back into 66.76. I have a level from March that is at 68. So we can probably do, you feel like scalping Twitter tomorrow, 68 to 71. Not crazy, right? I think 69 is when it starts getting really not a bad. I mean, it's not a horrible chart by any means, but I like the weekly. Here's the thing. This is what we're dealing, right? All of these selling, you can see it here. That's the 71. You see exactly right here. 71 is this one. 71.85. So you can see that there's like some resistance on top. But if you want to scalp it, I mean, 67 for 70 for 71, not bad. If you see the volume on that one. So over 67 for 71. And then if you're lucky, you have one of those big days and you get to target at 74. So that's Twitter. And then we go to pins, and pins is much better. We came off a base at daily point of control. We crossed the 20, we crossed the 50 with volume. Not really. Volume wasn't there. Not really a lot of volume in this one. So if we go to weekly, I'm up there. Hard for me right there. Hard. Because all I can say is, like, we inside a range 68.88 and we're trading 83. So what do you want me to do, right? What was the close? Pins last time was over 75.50 for a scalp. So yeah, we're 8 points. So we just make 13% on that call. So right in here, I just want to call the range, and I want to do it 73, which is the 50 MA for 89. And then we try to get a trade right there. But this one was a winner from last time, 75.50 for a scalp. So yep, that worked pretty good. So let's do Snap. I think Snap worked too, because Snap was in play today, at least for a little bit. We have 116% volume, so it was a little bit over the average. So what we have was a gap up, but it failed, right? That's the weekly. So the weekly was here. We're trying to trigger something on the longer time frames. The monthly, not my favorite. Oh, I don't want to spend too much time on this one. But what I like is if we go over 58, 40, 59, target will be probably 64 here, 60, 64. So 58 to 64, pretty much the same pins. And what is it? Snap. This one I usually slow trade it. Not my favorite thing to scalp or stuff like that. So here's the play pretty much. 58.78 for 63. 58 to why 63? Where do I get 84? Yeah, 64. I'm sorry. Probably I said 84, 64, and I wrote 84 on my notes. So I was like, how come? It's gonna double. Okay, let's do the payments, and here we can have, I think this one courtesy of Carly. She found this one to me today, and I really like it. I like the fact that we are at daily point of control. We got a pretty nice base right there, 236 here, 2 months, and target one is 259. So we got it right here, 252 and 260. Momentum seems to be changing. Weekly, let me see the monthly. Tough monthly. Weekly, MACD is still down. I want to see if we really get volume tomorrow, that's probably a scalp for me. So 238 for 252 on SQ. My notes, yeah, 238 for 252. That's probably one. Let me just do it right here, so I won't forget. If they gap it up or some news, and then we have the catalyst, even better, right? So that's what I'm looking. Not much right there. And PayPal, that I thought it was going to be a dark horse today. This is the same accumulation. We got targets, so we have the 50 over the 20 over the daily point of control, try to break, but volume was not existent right there. So I think this one, if we finally get the volume tomorrow, I think the entry is 255 for 262. So PayPal is another Momo over 255 for 262, which is 3 standard deviations, right? The Bollinger Band. This is what I like about this one. Look at the weekly right there. So 256, 257 will trigger the weekly. Let me see SQ. Yeah, not as clean. So maybe this one could run if we start hitting to those longer term charts. Monthly, we still have to deal with that red bar. You know, this is the reversal in the market. So we got to deal with those. We got to make sure that we have enough room for a trade. So I think if we buy 250 something and we can take it to 260 and 286, that's a pretty good trade. I'll do that one. So yes, PayPal on watch for tomorrow. Let me use the yellow one. So we got the PayPal. Oh, we got the Roku for tomorrow probably. The ones that I don't want to miss for sure. So that's PayPal, and that's a payment. And I think if we go to payments, let's do the courtesy of Carly to MA and accumulation 358, 363 daily right there, 370, pretty simple entry. That's the weekly chart. These things, they just you trade this intraday, right, Kyle? Have you?
Swing only.
Yeah, right. These are like, look at the charts. Charts are so, this is what I call a slow trade, right? I'm just gonna look probably at a 30-minute chart, something like that. Yeah, you gotta get like a great entry on this, right? But I get it. I mean, 370. If we see 370 and the low of the day is 369, just buy it, right? Buy it and see where you can sell it. I bet you can sell it probably at 378 2 days from now. So MA, I'm gonna put it
There's
as a
some good sweepers in here too. August calls with time on them.
okay. So yeah, let's put it right there. You know, probably you guys are gonna start doing my slow trades. 370, stop 369, target 1378. 378, 390, yeah, 388. So let's keep that one. That could work. That could work. I don't want to mess with that one. Intraday. Oh, no, not worth it. Now let's do, so that's, oh, you were talking about Visa too, right, Kyle? Yesterday, I think it was.
Yeah.
Some sweepers and stuff like that. This is pretty much the same, right? What we have is like 3 or 4 months. People are paying up for this one. Let's look at the longer term charts. This is the daily, weekly, monthly. These are so tough to make calls on these ones. It's like, only thing I can say is like 220 and see if we can hit 235, and it's perfectly fine, right? Because it's like the whole reversal of this big A. I don't know what happened that day. 35 million. Is that 35 million? Yeah, that's like 350%. So something's up right here. And that's where we stop yesterday, actually. So this is interesting, guys. Let's see what's going on with Visa. Once we clear 220, again, this is a slow trade for me, right? I don't want to be scalping it or whatever. I want to see if 220 was a level, and then I'll see where the low of the day is or where support is for the last couple of days, and then I'll try to take it for 8 points or whatever it gives me. So that's the Visa 2. Let's do a little bit of the banks, because let's do of the things that float, supposedly. Cruise lines, right? Because they report tomorrow. So just keep an eye on them. Is it only CCL? I think for CCL, we got 30 and 40. So just keep an eye. If we gap over 30, then we talk about it in the morning. But 30 and 40, that's pretty much the target that we had for a long time now. Accumulation 30, 40, target 1. So CCL with the news. Let's see where they gap it, or if they gap it down. I don't know. You never know, right? Now they're, and Norwegian is NHCL. No,
CLH.
NCLH. That one is reporting. I don't even know when it's reporting. It doesn't show here. So I don't know. So for a sympathy play, but it's right there. So I don't want to do it. I'm just gonna keep an eye on CCL just in case, for I'm swing long, so I just gotta keep an eye on those. What else we have here? You want to do let's do the banks, because those are next. So I don't like trading banks. So here's Bank of America, boring Bank of America. So for a swing, beautiful, but it's just continuation, uptrend. Goldman Sachs is going to be the first one to report. We have that massive tail at 356. So 327 is actually pretty good coming into earnings. I want to see how we react to 333 if we take it. So let's give it some time. But yeah, 335 into earnings. We can talk about it. We can probably do something with it. So that's Goldman. I think Citibank was trying to break too. Good accumulation, 22.5, but I think we need the highest, so no call. Wells Fargo. Yeah, these are boring. I think still the 34 to 44 call. It's and we're near airlines. Delta, that's like the one that is like close to breaking high. So that's the Momo call as far as Delta. Earnings on 415, over 52 for 58 and 60. Over 52 for 58 and 60. Earnings on 415. Okay, let's do something more fun. So let's look at Tesla, which is how we start the EVs. So Tesla. So Tesla, what we had, and we've been talking about all this support right here, right? All of this volume done right here. So what we have is same thing. They try to break it. Elon's gonna be poor. And look at the momentum right there. Nobody, pretty much nobody, right? And here it's not as clear. Well, right here was actually green. So it didn't even go green. It didn't even go red. So that's a 600, right? Key level. What I'm looking here is these volume. The top of this volume is the 700, 702. So you can see here, I have it right there. I thought it was going to trigger today. Looks more like 708, which is a high from yesterday. But this could be a good reversal trade. And I'm calling it pretty much 708 for, guys, we got nothing here. Literally, 844. Are we going up there? I don't know. I'm going by my charts. My chart is telling me that 668, 690. So there's a lot of volume right here. And then the next volume cluster is at 790, 789, 790. And then at 837. So if you know me, you've been trading with me for quite some time, you know what I was doing, right? So I love my volume profile charts for that, because sometimes I lose perspective of what's going on with the market. So this is how we trade it. Now, is this too late? I don't think so. I think if this is going to continue, of course, it can always go down to 600. So what do we do from here? I'm going to call it pretty simple for those of you that like to trade inside those ranges. This is going to be 700 to 600, right? Simple. 700 to 600. That's the range we've been trading for pretty much a month. But I want you guys to pay attention if we start going 711, 710, 711. 710 was a key level. I don't remember, not too long ago. Not too long ago. I'm sorry, guys. 710, and I gotta call it by, 750, of course, because that's the 3 standard deviations. So 750 and 800. Okay, 700. Here's the thing that I pointed out not too long ago. I say 2 months accumulation going on January and February. Earnings results reports on 428. So I think if you go to the longer time frame, right, for perspective again, this is what we're trading. Uptrend, pullback, stopped, buyer stepping in right here, pull back again. Here's the buyers right there. So what I want to see is actually the weekly chart working. Actually, let's call it the weekly chart. Weekly buy can be 716. So I'm going to do the 710.
720.
Yeah, I'm going to do the 710 too. But the 716, 720 is going to trigger a weekly, right? So if we go to 720, what I'm going to be looking for is I'm going to be trading the weekly chart. So the weekly chart brings me to 779 right here, right? 750, 770, 800. Hey, who knows, right? Not that I got a car. Oh, you saw it on Instagram, right? My new car, my Cybertruck.
Yeah, the Cybertruck. Nice.
I got it delivered, man. So it's an RC car, guys, by Matchbox. Is it Matchbox? I think it's no. It's yeah. That's the brand, right? Mattel sent it to me. Okay, XEV. So this is interesting, guys. This monthly right here, like we have 3 months, then we have the biggest volume, then we have the pullback we held, and we're trying to fire this monthly chart. This is interesting. Like at 40, I'll probably start playing this, guys. 40, yeah, 40 to 46. If we got a good, decent volume day, like 40 for 46 on XPEV. Oh, that's the same call that we did last time. Sorry, guys. XPEV over 40 for 46. And basically what I'm trading is a monthly chart. So if you want, guys, put an M next to your so you go to your monthly chart and you say, oh, let me see what is this guy talking about. Let me go to monthly chart. Oh, okay, now I understand what he's looking at. Okay, yeah, here's a hammer, here's a possible entry. So if we go 40 46, we can start doing 46 48, whatever, and then ideally you get long and it goes to 100, right? That's the perfect scenario. So that's XPV, and then we do the NEO, which is the other one that we sort of follow. And this is what's going on with NEO, right? Accumulation, big move, right here, pullback. So what's going to happen? How's it going to get resolved? I want to see it cleared 45. Why? Because there's volume right here at 43, and I got XPV. I'm sorry, I got daily point of control at 45. So that's where my alert is. Can you trade it from here to 40, 45? Absolutely. If you have a day where you have volume, you have a catalyst, like tomorrow they say NEO, deliver more, whatever trucks and everything than Tesla. So, those are the catalysts. So there's impossible for me. It's pretty much impossible for me to call when the catalyst is going to be, but you know how to trade it, right? So I don't need to tell you like pretty much that. Like for trade, it's like over whatever, you go over 41, 42 and you take it for 45, right? But where we really want to get or pay attention is once we start going over 45 and they start like setting up and all these guys are like, okay, now we're back into let's see where we're taking this. Are we going to take it to 65? That's the trade I want, right? That's the trade I want. I want to go 55, 65. So NEO 42, 45 over 45 for 55 and 65. Watching that one. Let's do Workhorse. I don't even know if that thing trades anymore. I haven't seen it call in the room like in a couple weeks. So I assume he hasn't done any volume and no movement at all. I think they lost the contract and looks like they're right there. The other one's Race. Is that Lors? No, Race is Ferrari. Lordstrom Motors. What is it? Race, Run, whatever. What's the name of that other company? Okay, let's go to Boeing. We haven't talked Boeing yet. See Boeing. What's going on with Boeing? So we have the 220 to 240 that we hit. We had the 250 to 255 and 280. So we fell short of that one because we hit 260. So we need a game plan for this one. This is the main focus right now for Boeing. I want to see 253 holding. If you don't see it here and you don't understand this, well, basically this is the biggest volume and you can translate it into here. You see here, that's the volume that it's showing me for the last month. So that volume, I know it was made last month when we try to break and then we make the pullback into the 50 MA. So you think right here, oh, it's over, right? So this is why I tell you guys, and I urge you to please keep an eye on this, keep the alerts and make sure that everybody's on the same page, or at least let us know what you're thinking, right? Because if you call this thing right here and you tell me, oh, I'm shorting Boeing, I'm going to be like willing to buy it from you, right? Because this is a break. We testing the breakout level. I understand it's going to come down, but what we came down was support on the 50 MA, right? On a pretty much monthly bullish chart. So this is not a short, or you can short it, but I buy it from you. But this is something that we have to be as a team aware of this type of trades, right? This is amazing. That was one day, and I think we nailed it. And then some of us like 250 something, 258 or some. So what I want to see here is the 260. I want to see momentum on this. There's no momentum. You can see the volume coming down. So it's like nothing's going on right now. I'm trying to see if there's an entry apart from that. So probably the weekly about to could be. Problem is that I entered 260. My technical stop is going to be like 230. I don't want to risk 30 points on Boeing. So I'd rather play it as a momentum trade. So I'm going to call Boeing as a momentum 260 to 280. Okay. And 260.50 probably. What's the high for today? 260.70. Yeah, 260.70, 261 for 280. And I just run it up for 278. Okay. So that's Boeing. Usually also follow SPR because it's cheaper and you can slow trade it. And you see the day that Boeing did the same thing, it capped down to the 50 MA. So if you don't like playing Boeing, you just buy SPR and it's the same. You got the nice move. So for SPR volume chart is not as good. So I'm probably just gonna put 53.65 in case I miss my entry on Boeing. I probably can put some money to work in here. 53 for 65 SPR. Right. So that's SPR, and those are the airlines. Well, some of them. Let's do AAL that we called last time, and we say 20 under 22 for 20. So I think I was bearish. So under 22, when was it? Like right here? Yeah, for 20. I think we hit it. So now it's the other way around. It's a range. Not seeing much. You can always play it 26 for a Momo trade into 31. AAL 26 to 31. For a Momo trade. AAL. What else we have? We got Walmart right here. So I did only one, or at least I just kept track of one. So Walmart we have 135, 131.5 monthly buy. So we're looking at a monthly buy on Walmart. Let me see what happened with that monthly buy. So I think out of the blue, it run yesterday, right? Yeah. So you see, this is the thing. So that was a monthly buy. So you can buy 137, you can buy 135. Any place, and that's a long. So we're already monthly buy +1. So it's running. So let's go and see the weekly 137, and then daily. So where do we go from here? So wow, that was a good entry for a monthly buy. Absolutely, right here. 136. We say 137 for 144. So we still got room to go. I wish we wouldn't have made highs today. Like that little thing right there. But what that's gonna give us is this is what I love about technical analysis. Like the high of the day, 140.82. And you go to the left, and that's where you find the level. It's not like magic, guys. The targets are not magic. It's just you just gotta put a chart daily or weekly and look to your left. Pretty simple, right? So right there, that's where we are. So 141 for 145. Okay, if you like to trade Walmart, 141 for 145, and then at daily point of control, we take a look, and if we go over 146, then the next leg is up, right? 146 for 156, I think it is. So that's a Walmart. Costco, I don't know why we were looking at those because of the charts, right? Look at Costco was also a monthly chart, right? So it's going to be the same thing. Same thing right there. That's the entry. That was like 2 days ago, I think it was. 341 for 355. So that was the goal. 341 for 355. There's a 341 right here for 355. We hit it and we went past through it. So for Costco, I don't know what to do, guys. Like right here, if you really want to trade it, 363 for 373. And that's call it a momentum trade, right? 363 for 373, right? But for this ones, this is what I'm talking about, right? When you see like clean, if you print this out and anybody called you like, oh, what is that? Look at the monthly chart, right? Very aggressive people will be buying the test of the 20 MA. So 309 is even a buy, right? So 309 is like right here, right? If you're looking at the daily chart, you think, oh my God, this is a short, absolutely short. Then you go into the monthly and you're like, you're shorting against support. Support is not the 20. Support is here. This is support. All of these guys, right? People think this is support. This is support. Daily point of control support right there. Okay, I missed that trade. Anyways, Costco, we go Dollar General. We got weird names last time, Kyle, because of the monthly chart, right? And I totally look right here, almost 173, but that was last month. Yeah. What do we have for Dollar General? I don't know. 200 for 225. Still there. Guys, like, I don't even know how to trade this. This is a capitulation, Hassan. That's a capitulation move. Okay. So 212 for 225. Dollar target. Oh, we did a lot of retail. Wow, this is beautiful. Look at the daily. Daily. Wow. Like 1-2 days sideways, 1-2 days sideways, 1-2. What's next? What's next? Play momentum. If you see it moving, because I don't like trading target, to be honest. But kind of neat that chart. So target, play momentum over 210 for 218 TGT. 210 for 218. Last call was 172 to 200. So put that on the books because it worked. So TGT, 210 for 220. Wow, that was a good trade. Not aware. I don't know. I've been sleeping too much, I think. CCL already, we call it 220, 22 for 30. So that one's yeah, the call on 323 was for CCL for 22 for 30. So we pretty much at target. So forget about that one. Then we talk about Piton and we said over 120 for 140. So I think we're not there yet. Now, Piton has some things that are really interesting, right? There's a lot of chatter, so I don't really care if people are gonna go walk outside or still buying the expensive clothes hangers, right? So what we have is a daily squeeze. The count is 10 days, right? So we've been 10 days inside the squeeze, right? We are at the daily point of control. We got the 200 right here. We got the 50 MA right here at 120. Look at the daily chart. I'm sorry, look at the monthly chart. So the monthly chart technically should be, the entry will be 126.25, right? That's gonna tell us like, okay, these guys, this was the hammer or whatever it is that you call this one, that is gonna be like the support that we needed for the next one, right? Look at the volume right here, right there. That was a 100. So 100 was support. We see it right here. The 100, I think we played a couple days, a couple times at the 100 level, 107. So what I want to see is like, if we go over 120, if we go into price discovery, right? Price discovery should take us at least to 130. So 120, 130, 140, right? 120, 120, 140, and who knows? Because I don't know anything about Peloton, right? So over 120 for 130, 140, and then let me see when it reports the earnings. Reporting 5.6, so we still got time. But this is, I mean, this is a beautiful chart. This is a beautiful chart. Like if I want to put it like, this is the way I'll draw it, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, hammer, not really a hammer, but sort of a hammer. Once we take the highs, which is 126, that's when we should expect to see at least 139, 149, and who knows, okay? So just keep an eye on this one. I like this one. This one's a tough intraday trade, but it can be slow played really well, really well. Like 120, look at the weekly chart, how it looks. So guess what? 100 and 120, that's the range, right? We've been trading that range. I'm going to make a note of that range, just in case we go to 100, right? Keep us posted, and we'll see if it's going to just continue doing the dance right there inside the range. So that's Piton. I got AMAT right here. I think we're running into the whatever stocks, because okay, we go to China now. Can we do, should we do some close economy? How's the time? We still got 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're doing good. So let me do Piton, let me do AMAT. I don't know why, but it's right there. So the monthly is like crazy expensive. 3 standard deviations. This is a key reversal. So that was a short. Signal was yesterday, today under the low. On the prior day close, under day low. So that's a short, that's a scalp short, done. Now what are we waiting for? I have no idea how to trade that one. If you go 146, you trade it long, but that's as much as I can help. I have a couple names that we used to trade and we haven't looked at that much. So pen, for pen, I like to see how we react to 112. I think we got earnings on 5.6, and 2 things caught my attention. Look at the volume today, right? We have big volume today. We got a weekly sort of buying opportunity. Let me double check here. Yeah, 5.6. That's what I was looking for. So what I want to see is like 112, 115. If we start going over, I'll do a reversal trade on pan, right? If we don't, based on this momentum, I want to see momentum taking 97. So under 97, I go 75. But I want to be like very cautious with what the volume is actually telling me, because this one appears to be green, but I don't think it's green. That was, yeah, that was green. That's weird. Such an inside day with such big volume, and then it resolved to the downside. Today they try to break it. It ends up being red just because we close under the low, the open, I'm sorry. But I think 110, yeah, let's keep an eye on that one, Kyle. 111. Yeah, let's keep an eye on that one. Being a little bit aggressive on that one. 111, 112 for 118, 120. Maybe. I don't know if it's some news, you know, regulation, all that stuff. Let me see DraftKings. So DraftKings, not much right there. 65, I think is the same, green to green. You know, 65, 69, 70, not really a lot. And this is a hard trade too. So 65 or 70, just in case you really want to trade. But I think pen, if we see pen with momentum, that's the one to go. BSC, Viacom, I'm pretty sure you all have heard about it, everything that happened. So I'm trying to just put it on the radar because there's a lot of volume going on. So eventually, somewhat is going to get resolved once the liquidation goes and everything. So who knows what's the real valuation of this company? At least not us, not from our charts. What I can tell you guys is like if we go into a daily chart, a weekly chart, a monthly chart, we're back into this zone right here, the 40 zone, right? So on a daily chart, I want to see how we react to the 48 or the daily point of control right here at 45. So I want to see how we started reacting at 45, 48. And I'm not looking for 2 points, right? I want to see like some volume confirmation like what we have today. I'm probably a follow through day on 46 that closes over 48, over 50 to hold it for 62. Okay, just a technical bounce. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not sure what the IV is on this one. I haven't checked it in a while, but this is sort of a different idea. Sometimes I like to go with stuff like this. So over 48, over 50 for 62, just because of risk reward. If I can get a really good entry, I don't care. C-scaler, pretty fast, 160 to 190. That's the range that we're working. You can see it right there in the green lines. So once we go over 190, could be back in play. Let me see if it's actually something that I want to do because of the weekly chart. Yeah, I'll probably take it 190 to 230, ZS over 190. So yeah, call it 220, 230. We got 200 as a target 1 and 220 for target 2. Okay, that's the scalar. Another thing that I saw moving, I think Zoom is interesting right here where we are, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. These are weeks, okay? Just holding right there. We have earnings report 6/2, so we still got plenty of time for those. The Zoom is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to see if these guys are actually accumulating this stock. I don't need to be the guy accumulating at the lower prices as long as I get a 350. And if I can write it to 450, I'll be more than happy, right? So 350, why the 350? Here's the 340, right? So 340 will be an alert. And then probably once we start going over 350, let's go into the daily chart, and 375 for target, 393. I'm sorry, for target 133, 386, 390, 400. That's a reversal play. I just wanna keep a tag on that one. That's all. Okay. So Zoom. So we're talking about 340, 350, 400. 340 is not the entry. I want to just make sure that 340 holds once we break the 350. Zoom. JMIA is another one that we used to trade, and now is giving us probably an opportunity to enter. Right here, here's the move. We got part of that. Not gonna lie, we didn't even get close to 40 and it went to 70. So here's the volume. Here's good volume, 40, 50. So this is that pullback on a monthly chart. We got some level right here at the 40, like for 2 months. I wish we could have more. Let me see when reporting 513. So we got time. Let's go to the daily. I'm working with this volume. That's what I want to see. Ed, this is the one that we want to take into account, right? All of these level. Once we start going over 43.50, this gets really interesting. And I know it looks like a lot. Can you trade the range? Absolutely, you can trade the range, right? So there's a 33 to 53 range in JMIA. 43 to 53 range in JMIA. Over 53, we go 60, and who knows? Okay, so that's JMIA. I like the 40 right here. I like the 40, 2 months. It's only the beginning of April. So if we continue holding this 38 into end of April, that's still a play. Like whenever we go over 43.20, doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be tomorrow, to be honest. I don't care. We need trades for the whole month. So let's do a quick run into China. So here's China, and this is BABA. Longer term attempt to reversal. Monthly is 242.50 for an early entry. We haven't triggered just yet. Here's my alert at the 240. Once we hit the 240, I go for 260. We got the March volume holding, and yeah, 240 for 260 on BABA. And then we do the Baidu. That's the capitulation move, Hassan. There you go. You called it that day. You asked, and we told you that it was. So right into 200 MA. Now, that's a tough chart to play because of that big move, and we're so far from 169. But that was the liquidation, right? The same, some liquidation. I think it was the same guys from Viacom. So how do we play this? Let's see if we can play this. I mean, not really. Like we back 227. So 227, 247, Momo. That's all I can say. Which is like me saying nothing, to be honest. When I call those, I'm like, yeah, what am I talking about? Like, yeah. Right? Like, yeah. I'm gonna put a YouTube video on that. Buy the highs. Exit whenever you see the moving average. Pretty simple. Beyond, not much right there. Let me see daily. Let me see. Okay, beyond. I like this. Let me see the right here. This was not met by increased momentum to the downside. So probably well, we have a lot of support right here on the monthly chart. Look at all the volume. Well, 126.48. That's a big volume for Baidu. I wish I've seen it beyond. I'm sorry. I wish I've seen it at 126.48. Look at that. 126 right there. 129.47. So that was it. 129.47. Actually, we hit it yesterday. So what I want to see some momentum to the upside. If you want to scalp it, you can scalp it 133, 143, which is not bad. But if you get lucky, you may hit 160, 170. I want to show you why, because we're like so close to this. Like once we go over 140, I don't care about these moving averages. Look at the volume today. It was a little high. So I'm kind of liking it. I'm kind of liking it, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna put this one as a top watch for the next, I'll say this week. We may have a surprise on this one. So 140, 142 for 150 and go crazy. 170. Okay, it's beyond. So remember, this is usually a catalyst stock, and once you start moving, it just moves. It goes crazy. So over 140, over 142, for 150 and 165. That's beyond. Oh my God, I'm running so late now. Twilio. Oh, I have plug. Somebody's asking about plug. Plug is gonna be fast. What do I have for plug? Plug over 38. I like it over 38.24 as a monthly buy. Twilio. For Twilio, what I like is the weekly puts is putting a 180 reversal. So let's see what is it I'm talking about. So this is like a whatever 180 reversal. So once I see it over 366, right? 365 for 390, Twilio. Plug already did, Neo already did, Roku already did, General Motors. Oh, we haven't talked about the real cars, huh? So GM, It's 62, 63.50. That's just continuation. Yeah, nothing there. Sorry about that. Yep, 63.50. We try to break today right here, all-time highs, 62.15. It went to 63.44. That's the 3 standard deviation. So yeah, we hit target right there. We sold off. So I want to see how we react to 62.15 better over 63.44, and it's just going to be that's just going to be just a momentum trade, right? So GM, just a Momo trade. Momo trade. What's Ford doing? 2 minutes. Ford. I like this. 12.50. Is this interesting? So we got support right here, 11. Let me see the weekly. That's a weekly buy over 13. Yeah, I have an alert right there. So 13 for 13.60 and 14.38 on Ford. I don't trade that. I don't intraday trade that one. I just buy it and I hold it and I swing it. Okay. Target is 14 and I have a second target of $18 on Ford. So if you're not in, this is it. 13 for 18. Okay. What else, guys? ATVI, that still moves? Let's see. Yeah, it does. Wow, it did volume today. I like it. Yeah. Problem is, I'm pretty sure we're in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, like ATVI, this will be the type of trade that I'll be buying, like accumulation at the 90 daily point of control, buying 90 days out, and you just play like that because I don't see real momentum on this. If you see it intraday, then again, it's like, yeah, 98.41, go long. Jetty, I think Jetty is up there too, right? It was up there today because I think I got the alert. So we have three months sideways accumulation. Yeah, over 80, 89. Yep. I like the volume. It did the volume, but it failed. It failed intraday. So Illumina or Lumen? Lumen. Oh, Lumen Technologies. Lumen. 122. I'm pretty sure you like it over 1487, right? Yeah, 1487. I think Lemonade was had a, yeah, Lemonade is interesting, guys. Look at here, the 100. You see here? Look at the monthly. So we have the pullback. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get it like on the first move. And what we have is we have a daily point of control right here. So actually, I don't know why I remember this one because I was looking today. So I want like 101 for 110, 10%, and then who knows? Okay, so Eliminate. It's an insurance company, not a kid selling lemonade. So that's 100, 101, and we are at the daily point of control with a monthly chart. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do right there. GoPro, let's see, Jack. G Pro. Wow, I like it. I like that 12 level right here, 1208. You can play momentum of that one, 13 for 1390, and then go. Interesting. Yep. Wow, this is just so many names. Wow. G Pro. Yeah, this is room. 13 for 13. What was the play? What was the call? You can play momentum. You can play it tomorrow probably. 1280 for 1380 for 1580 for 1780. 1280 for 1380 for 1580 for 1780. These are the only ones that I'm allowed to call for 1 point moves. if they trade under 15 bucks. Okay, G Pro, ZS over 190 for 200 and 220, man. What else we got, guys? You haven't run your scans today? Snow. What's the other? Oh, Palantir. I always look at Palantir. Look at that. It's dead sideways. Over 26, over 28. When's that gonna happen? I don't know. But I think the momentum has shifted already, or is shifting, right? So I think so. Last attempt. I have divergence right here, and I got I mean, any day 25. It just hasn't been trading that much. So keep an eye on that one. 25.80 over 28, then we're in the money 35, and then we'll see, because this was Wall Street bets and stuff. Oh, time check. Yep, I'll be done in 2 more. Starbucks coffee. Yeah, 112.05. That's your break point. So make sure you don't lose it. Absolutely. On Walgreens, this is interesting. Yeah, 57.10. 59, target 1, already out with the earnings. Yeah, it's a good scalp. It could be a scalp. Cheese milk. Home Depot. Buy it and hold it. That's what it is. That was a gift right here. Look at that. You have a massive move, months and months and months and months and months into the 20 MA. 260 is your level. You hold for dear life on that one. Look at that, 260, 270, 274. So yeah, at 315, I mean, what do we do? Nothing. Trail it if you're already in, but I'm not buying it up there. No way. No way. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Mario.
I'll see you guys tomorrow, and don't get bored with the market. There's always something going on, and we need a lot of help, guys, because there's a lot of things to keep track on. So don't forget, if you make the, whatever, just keep a tab on your stocks and keep us all in the loop. It's pretty cool when you keep people in the loop. Okay, see you guys tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
all right, see you in the morning.
Bye.